Basically, the UK had a special civilian task force to target people, not just inside the US, but anybody that were critical against the vaccination of the population. And guess what? Hello. This is why they were targeting me, following me, and going everywhere I went, doing all sorts of horrible psychological experiment on me. And what happened is that I had to leave the country because the US has been compromised. And I moved into Brazil here in Brazil, and I was seeking help from the Brazilian government. And now I have a safe house here. This is one place that I'm staying, but I'm actually on the process of moving into another safe house with the panic room, and on the top of it all, I have the it's like I got the Brazilian special operations, or whatever you want to call it. Like, these people are just, if anybody, if I ever feel like I'm being followed or something were to go down here, I can instantly make these people disappear. And it doesn't matter if they're like with the military police. Like, it doesn't matter if they try to infiltrate the military police. Like, it's not gonna click to them. So this is like a special operation unit by the military here that will offer me basically assistance if I'm ever in danger and things like that. So what happened is that the UK has had a civilian task force as well as a military operation to antagonize enemy combatant, anybody that could be a threat to the stabilization of the state's order. And they were basically following people around. They were just harassing people. They were agonizing people, and they were doing all sorts of horrible things like that. Just go on the Daily Mail and search for UK whistleblowers from their military operation unit talking about how they feel shame for going after not just journalists. They were going after politicians. They were going after people like me, activists, people who had critical information that the population needed to avoid having heart attacks from mRNA-induced vaccinations and things like that. And because of that, because they silent all of us, Germany has millions of people who are going to die pretty soon, in a couple of years from now. And people in the UK are already dying, and people here in Brazil already sent them all the information they needed, so they didn't really get, vaccinated, quote unquote. So I did see a British car here, like a Land Rover, but I don't think that was a spook. But he did have a little British flag behind his car. And if I ever see like any British people or anything that happens like that, if they start agonizing me, I can bag these people and make them disappear like instantly. On the top of that all, basically that's what it is, man. These people are. I had to leave the U.S. I had to run away from the U.S. because the U.S. military and the British government have international partnerships where they can harass Americans 24 hours a day, while the government just turn a blind eye and doesn't conduct any investigation or anything like that. So it's just freaking military, dude. Just keep flying shit here all the time. But so Basically, that's what it is, man. It's just now I'm getting a safe house here in Brazil, because basically that's what it is, man. They come here, I will bag these people up, and they will fucking die. You won't hear anything about it. Embassies won't get anything about it. You will just disappear. You're just gonna vanish. They might find you eaten up by sharks somewhere. Who fucking cares? No, nobody. But follow me here, do shit to me here, you're dead, basically. And that's what happens, you know? They radicalize the living shit out of you. They follow you just because you care about people, just because you didn't want people to die of heart attack, strokes, spike protein induced, you know, shedding where you pass that shit around. And guess what? I had access to all the labs in Wuhan. I had access to all the MIT studies for protein injections into the cells that create the gain of function systems of the protein to create the fibers that's clogging people's arteries. I had all that information, everything, but I was an enemy combatant inside the US for just talking about it. So they were just following me, harassing me. I had white girls saying, "Ew, he's so nasty," and following, harassing me when I left the US. They were just, you know, just being really nasty. And now the Brazilian military here, for World War III happens, the Brazilian military here, they are not going to aid America. No matter how much propaganda you put here, no matter how much shit you put here, the Brazilian military is going to stay on the sidelines, and you guys can go fuck yourselves. You can seriously go fuck yourselves. Because that was a crime against humanity, and you radicalized the living shit out of a lot of people. And now there's a bunch of whistleblowers out of the British government, out of their intelligence operation union, crying and bitching about it because they were doing something that was inhumane, not just in the UK, but also America. Following, harassing, agonizing, targeting people, radicalizing people, and doing all sorts of horrible shit to people. You know, enemy combatants, bro. Enemy combatants. Now, I'm here in Brazil asking the Russians for help, basically. Literally asking the Russians for help because British intelligence are agonizing, targeting people, specific kinds of people that have the information that the population needed, because that was a crime against humanity. But it's just go on Google and type in Brigade 77 of the British Special Operation Unit started harassing and agonizing and destroying people, not just online, but offline as well. So everywhere I went, I was followed, harassed, agonized, and destroyed, basically. And I had to leave the US because they were financially destroying me. They financially fucked me over, basically. Now, here I am, you know. I had to leave the fucking country because shit is bullshit, man. Absolute fucking bullshit. But you know, that's what's happening, man. That's exactly what is happening, you know. But if I feel threatened here, if they follow me here, don't expect to appear anywhere else. Just say your last goodbyes to your family and loved ones, because you're gonna get picked up, man. You're gonna get picked up. There's people here just waiting to pick you up. So stay over there in Europe. Fuck yourselves. Brazil's not gonna go fight your wars in Ukraine. Fuck that. And Russians are more welcome here in Brazil than British people. these colonist pieces of shit can go back to where they came from. And that's what's happening now. That is what is happening. So then I had one of my spooks when I arrived at the airport. One of these British guys were saying that you need to grow up. You need to grow up. When I went to Belém here in Brazil, and I had the military already watching me, and I had a guy that was already watching me from far away. And this British guy got super scared, and he was just like, "You need to grow up," and he just left. So, and they fucked me financially too, big time. They destroyed my relationships. They followed me around. They laughed at me. They isolated me. They did all sorts of horrible shit. And now I have to get in contact with the Kremlins. And if shit goes down, Brazil is probably gonna aid the Russians. So, congratulations, congratulations. You fuck with the wrong person, the wrong motherfucker. Like, everybody here knows what's going on. The whole military here knows what's going on. So, everybody here knows what's going on. So.